All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people just like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And that is caught. Herman Moore. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, they have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Terrell Suggs gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. We're scoreless after 1. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. To throw is Ryan. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Byron Murphy, the first pick of the 2nd round there defensively.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson. And Dawson's kick is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
This will be taken very short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
57, Mike, 57.
Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, partner, Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all gone. And now if you look at the top 4 seeds right now as we hit, is it the quarter pole or the 3/4 pole?
It is the quarter pole, and we get to thank our NFL reporter, Randy Moss, who also has a great background in the sport of kings, for letting us know that's one of the most misused terms in that sport. It is the quarter pole, right? What are they headed for the home stretch? is what he also said about it. I can't wait to see how this thing ends.
Well, we got New England and Baltimore, the top 2 seeds in the AFC, Seattle and New Orleans in the NFC. You think it stays that way at the end?
I think it's going to be a heck of a battle. I think Baltimore, yes. New England's going to get a battle from Buffalo, but I think they're going to stay in the spot. Seattle, they're going to battle San Francisco. They're just going to trade it back and forth, and it's going to come down to Week 17, I believe, to decide that one. And New Orleans, yes, they will retain a top 2 spot.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Here's Ellington. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The partners Tampa readies for their next offensive series here. They're 5-7 right now. They've won 2 straight, so we weren't thinking about them as maybe a dark horse playoff wild card team late, but do they have a chance now all of a sudden?
I'd love to say yes, but the answer to me is still no. They've been so inconsistent all year long, and Jameis Winston had a nice game in their last win. No turnovers. That's the key, right? There's good Jameis when that happens, and then there's bad Jameis who will put up big numbers throwing the ball, but he may throw 3 interceptions and fumble twice, and that's going to cost your team. I just don't think that they have everything that you need to make the run necessary, especially with home against Indianapolis, who'll be desperate in that game. At Detroit, that seems okay. And then they end with 2 games at home against Houston and Atlanta. Houston will need it because of the division title will be at stake. And Atlanta, they may want to give their head coach a victory on the way out the door.
You mentioned Jameis Winston. That offense through 12 games, they've scored 340 points, the most in Bucs history. It's just, at times, the defense has had trouble stopping people.
They have, and Jameis and the offense haven't helped at all because while they've scored the 340, how many turnovers have they had? Put the defense in a bad spot. That's the issue for Tampa Bay until they can get complimentary football going with.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Chandler Jones able to run him down for a loss of a yard. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Here's Ryan. And he's got his target. That's Moore. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Herman Moore, 57 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And now Coach Bruce Arians has made the call. His guys will go for 2. From the gun, it's Ryan. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Offense trots back out for Arizona. And, Charles, this is a Cardinals team this year that's been streaky. So they got off to the rough start. Then they picked it up. They were 3-3-1. We thought, wait a minute, is this a playoff team? Now they've lost 5 straight after the recent defeat to the Rams. So they're at 3-8-1, excuse me. So maybe this is the Cardinals team that we thought we would see.
Yeah, it doesn't help them at all that right now they're in the toughest division in football. San Francisco, Seattle, Seattle, San Francisco, whichever one you want to put at the top right now. Oh, yeah, the Rams are there as well. Went to the Super Bowl last year. I think that they played better than what anyone would have expected, and I'll just leave it with myself. I thought maybe 3-4 wins max for the season. For them to get to 3-3-1 at one point and scare some people, and I thought that they had a very good shot at beating the Rams last week. So maybe they're coming back to earth a little bit, but I think they're laying a pretty good foundation for the future.
Yeah, good point, because the regime that came in, they didn't inherit a 13-win team. They inherited a 13-loss team.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Ellington now to return it. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now it's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. Ryan. And it is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. This complete to the tight end, Clay. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Murray now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Charles Clay there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
We gonna shut y'all down.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. Spinning past him. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken way up by the 25. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And able to find Kirk complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, 57 yards. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, a nice spin. And now running right through it. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Byron Murphy, the one who got a hand in to knock it away. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Catch made there by Derby, the tight end. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Now Ryan. And this is caught. He hits more. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there. Going top shelf for Smith. That's caught inside the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll run here with Sims. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd and 9, Ryan, quick slant, caught by Moore. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Herman Moore. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Watch the pass.
Murray now on 1st down. Oh, now Murray has it stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. A big spot now for the rookie Murray. Now Johnson. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. A lot of people felt Johnson was a little misused during what was a disappointing 2018. 940 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. Great for most, but not the season Johnson was hoping for. And he said this offseason, there are a lot of good running backs in the NFL, but I'm the best. And now he's trying to prove it, hoping to get back to the production that sent him to the Pro Bowl in 2016. That would certainly help his rookie quarterback. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. That's complete to White. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Murray, he's used to moving fast in Oklahoma. He'll get his guys up to the line. Back to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end, and it's 3rd and short. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. To throw is Murray, and that will be incomplete. So now it's 4th down and short, and whatever they do, run or pass it, they've got to pick up the first here.
Yeah, and you mentioned running it. That is still an option, but as you also said, they've got to do it quickly and get back to the line of scrimmage.
1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go with Johnson. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
59, ready. 25.
Throwing now is Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here's Ryan to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Matt Ryan now breaks the huddle. His guys will go for 2. Now Ryan steps away to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there is really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down 21-13, 56 seconds to go. They need a touchdown and, of course, the 2-point conversion as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Murray to throw. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Murray now, 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first. He'll look to throw underneath for Johnson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. 1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. That's complete right around the 8. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. All right, you did it. You got the win. Congratulations. Keep that momentum going and tackle that next challenge.
Hello, and welcome into this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, The Coach. Taking you the rest of the way, here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Brandon.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And the offense readies for a 1st down and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And he's got the hook up for the first time with Herman Moore. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A big play there on the first play of the game. 45 yards. That's some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Ryan. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Herman Moore, 31 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. That's caught. And it's very quickly 8-0. Well, I guess the opening drive touchdown wasn't enough. They wanted 2 instead of 1 on top of that.
Well, this team is obviously going for the crusher, all right? They don't want to mess around with just kicking the standard extra point and kind of letting you off the hook for giving up a touchdown. Now they want to really rub your face in it and say, guess what? We're going to be doing this all game long.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller, looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Open man, the tight end fails. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Fourth down, so the Texans dial up the number of their second-year punter, Trevor Daniel. Back deep, Bruce Ellington. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Ryan. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Traffic there, and that's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And not quite sure what just happened there, other than we do know that he spiked the football on 1st down. On 2nd down, it's Sims, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. One quarter down, 8-0 the score. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Draw play to Sims. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. He's going to look deep for more. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages. You know, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing. Change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A well-executed 22-yard gain. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and we'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's Sims on the run. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 3rd and goal, Ryan. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
On to try the field goal now, Phil Dawson from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Dawson's kick is up and through, and that will extend the lead to 11-0. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Well, CD, the Houston Texans, they're back looking like contenders. You know, they ran into a bit of a speed bump in Baltimore a few weeks ago, got clobbered 41-7, but since then, rebounded with that Thursday night win over the Colts in Week 12 that put forth a strong showing, 28-22 against the 10-1, now 10-2 New England Patriots.
Yeah, that was big for them, but I want to go back to that Thursday night game that you referenced against the Colts. Many people thought they'd get beaten that game. Colts came in looking like they were going to, really do a number on Houston, even though it was on the road. That win, I think, elevated their confidence in what they were doing, how they were doing it, and it solidified things when they beat the Patriots. Because Deshaun Watson, their quarterback, he's back to truly being Deshaun Watson again. 3 touchdown pass against the Patriots, and even caught one himself. What a night for him.
So they're a game up on the Titans now, 2 up on the Colts, but the Texans will play the Titans twice in the final 4 weeks.
That's going to be fun.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Catch made there by Derby, the tight end. First half in the book. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And an alley to run. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Set. 19. 56. Here we go.
On first and 10, Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. On the jet sweep, here comes Fuller. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On the stop, it's Sharice Wright.
No gain on the play. Second and 10. At the 31-yard line.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Looking to throw on second down. Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. Third down here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Watson. And that is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
A 48-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
When that ball was snapped, they were counting on it being now a one-possession game. Instead, the block occurs. That changes the whole mindset for them. And if you're the guys who just blocked it, you're floating off the field right now. Big-time play.
Yeah, big-time play. Could have been a one-score game. Instead, it stays 2 scores. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, Ryan. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. CD, with that incompletion, let's look at some of the big games week 13. So these are ones that our crew probably think are the biggest 4. Let's rank them 1 to 4 as far as how big they are and what they mean. Baltimore at Buffalo, San Fran at New Orleans, KC at New England, Seattle at the Rams. How would you rank those? What do you think?
Well, this is going to sound self-serving since I'm working San Francisco and New Orleans, but to me that's the number 1 game because the number 1 seed in the NFC will be determined that week for that moment. Okay, the winner of that becomes the number 1 seed. I think the number 2 game, Seattle at the Rams, because Seattle's trying to maintain pace with San Francisco or become the number 1 team in the NFC West, and the Rams have to have it if they have any designs on making the playoffs. The number 3 game, Baltimore at Buffalo. Buffalo's announced its presence, that big win on Thanksgiving Day over Dallas. But Baltimore's the hottest team, the best team in the league over the last 8 weeks.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Herman Moore, his second touchdown of the night as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And this is no good. Boy, that didn't even get there. Not a good effort at all. And our score remains the same. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken very short. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Watson on first down. Fells has it, left side. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
A shotgun snap for Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Sharice Wright could do no wrong there, able to get a hand in and knock it away. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Open man is QT, complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Texans get a bit closer. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On first down, it's Sims. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Sims. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Whistles now in a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Ryan. He's got his man on the crossing route. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Now Ryan sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And this is caught. He hits more. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Herman Moore, 30 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face, and I'm thinking I got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Matt Ryan now breaks the huddle. His guys will go for 2. They're going to run it with Sims. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is.
You know, sometimes the guy on the defensive side of the ball, he just has a good feeling or a good read, and he unleashed his defense on that one. Boy, they stopped him in a big way.
Yeah, I hate to be cliche, but sometimes we overanalyze. They just have more want. Looked like they had more want right there.
More want and more people to the ball.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Watson and the Texans now down by 16, 1:09 to play. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Earl Mitchell busting through to get him for a loss of 6. They'll go with a draw. Watson hands to Miller. And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's going to let it fly. They've got his man complete. And all the way down to the 37. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. There you have it, another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can always replay